Hello, all you ghouls and goblins. Welcome back to Between the Worlds Paranormal Podcast, Episode 2.
In this episode, we're going to be discussing getting started and planning our investigations. What goes into each and every time we go to a location that is spooky ooky dooky.
Spooky ooky dooky.
That's what I said.
I
You're
mean, I
gonna have
heard.
to hold that a lot closer,
Who?
Katie.
Oh,
Then you better turn it up because I'm right on it. I might as well kiss the mic.
Kiss the mic.
I'm not kissing this mic.
okay. So we're already off topic. So this episode is mostly going to be geared towards our research and development of when we're going to locations. So Katie is our researcher, so she is one that like brings all of them to us, and we go from there on what we're going to be doing for that particular investigation. So how do we pick places that we want to go, Katie?
We pick them mostly by spook level. We enjoy a good spook.
We do. Mm-hmm.
If they're close or not,
Okay.
because I shouldn't say we. Myself does not like to travel that long in a vehicle. I don't know how else do we choose them.
We also choose them based off price, if it costs anything to go investigate, and the cheaper the better.
That's true.
But we do, with the price, we go with those other two factors as well. How far away is it, and how spooky do we think it is? So, with that said, what goes into our spook factor?
Going back, it's also, is it worth the money for the time you're allowed to investigate?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Because sometimes it's not long enough.
Right. It's like
Yeah, 4 hours, and you're paying like $1,000. Nothing. We haven't actually had one that we've researched that is like that, but that's just an example.
An exaggeration of
Yeah.
what it could be. Yeah, we look at the time because if we can pay for, let's say, a 23-hour investigation for the same price we're
Mhm.
paying as an 8-hour investigation, we're going to go for the 23 hours.
Heck yes.
and we also look at how popular is the place.
Yeah.
hmm
It doesn't necessarily have to be super popular, but enough for us to be able to see our others getting anything when they go.
Yes.
And it's not that we have to get something everywhere we go,
Because we don't.
No.
but it is it's a nice thing to see other people getting it. Then
Yeah.
there's an option for
So
us.
what? So for me, I know what spooky means to me, but what spook factor do you guys look for when we're going into investigations?
Oh. Well, I'm more into the darker side of it. So if we have an investigation that there may be a darker spirit or
Mhm.
entity, I'm probably gonna choose to want to go there more than
Yeah.
something that doesn't. But it doesn't have to have something dark.
Yeah.
It's just that seems to be more interesting.
It is because if it's all just light and holding hands, it's not
Mm.
as fun.
I mean,
Yeah.
holding hands might be something that we want to happen.
No, it is not, Katie. I do not want for somebody to hold my hand.
No, we would rather have them scratch.
No.
That's great evidence.
I'm sorry. That's great evidence, yes, but have it be done to somebody else.
It'll only hurt for a minute.
It
You weren't the one
depends.
attacked last time.
Hold on now. No. Technically, I was
By you.
by my own husband.
No. No.
Yeah, we'll get into that during the
Yeah.
Ashmore episode because we have posted those videos and I know
Yes.
people have opinions on who pulled who.
Yes. But for me, the spook factor, it's not just about like, is there something dark there? It's more of like, what kind of feeling do I get just by looking at the pictures? Like, do I get an eerie,
Yes.
like, creepy vibe, or is it something that's like, oh, well, that might be nice to do on just like a little off the way kind of thing? Those are the things that I kind of go for.
Yeah, you can tell a lot about a location by looking at the pictures and the vibes you get from them. Um,
There's sometimes we've been to places that you get the home vibe,
yes.
but you can also get some of your best evidence.
Yes.
So, that was definitely Ashmore. Ashmore is a home spot
It's-
for us,
it's-
and that's been our best evidence ever.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, and it's a place that we keep returning to because one, we get great evidence, but it's also kind
We
of
like
home.
it.
Mhm.
Yeah. Even though sometimes, especially after the evidence we got, you get this really spooky vibe from it now.
Yes.
But I find it more interesting to see what we could get again. And I know
And-
John might not be interested, but the rest of us are.
And the crazy thing about that too is like the spookiness can change from like what part of the location you're in. So like if you're
Yes.
in like the basement, it can change from there to like say you're on like the third floor of something. Like those aspects of it can change the spook factor for me too. Like the evidence that we got at Waverly. Girl, not a spook factor until that moment.
Yeah, till that moment, the very moment that we literally saw
Ooh.
it.
We were
But
The
that's gonna
spook
be
factor for me
yeah.
was the bird. that
the dead
attacked
bird.
us.
But
No,
Oh.
we're getting into the
We are.
Waverly, and that's a totally different episode. So
completely
we
different.
should probably not tell you everything about Waverly before we get there.
But we could. We could.
So one other thing that I like when we look at places is does it have a burial ground on it? Because to me that makes it more interesting.
So for me, I don't care if there's a burial ground. So because for me, with the burial grounds, I get a creepy vibe from most burial grounds slash cemeteries. So for me, I can't really put that into the spooky factor for locations that we go to.
I wouldn't say that it's necessarily a spooky factor. It's an interest peak for me, especially if they found out later that there were bodies buried and not marked. Because I think that gives some of the best evidence.
Well, like next week we are going to talk about the cemeteries versus graveyards and
Yes.
our experiences in our local cemeteries. But it's also, you could feel one thing in this cemetery, but feel something completely different in another one.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's something we're definitely going to have to talk about.
And it's also something that we've actually got evidence for.
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
our experiences at our cemetery slash grave sites.
So when we go to places, especially like cemeteries or anywhere to investigate, really, there's things called trigger objects you can
Mhm.
bring that might bring out certain spirits for the evidence. Like when we go to the children's thing, we have taken balls, little toy cars. We use our bear as
The Boo
evidence,
Buddy.
to
The
get
Boo
the
Buddy.
evidence. Yes,
My favorite.
because they react better to
Mhm.
that.
Sometimes it can be a person too,
Yep.
which we'll get into next week. But we we took some trigger objects, not realizing that we were taking trigger objects.
Yep.
And it was a
Experience.
Emotional experience. I'll say that.
Yep.
And sometimes you can just take out your phone and play music from the time period of when that was open, because that can trigger as well.
Or when you have people who sing, they can just sing.
Yeah, too bad
No
we
one
don't
in this
have
group can sing that well, huh?
Wow. Okay.
Two of you can sing. Chris are decent.
Yes.
Actually, but me and John are like top notch. A+.
Perfect.
Okay, let's
To
hear
the
it.
dogs and cats.
To
My
the
singing
dogs and
voice
cats.
is definitely made for the newspaper.
I got that hole in the bucket, the giant hole in the bottom. There is no bottom of the bucket. It's just a hole. That's how it is.
I've never heard that one.
So, Katie, we've talked about the trigger objects. We've talked about how do we pick the places we go, but we skipped something. The trigger objects don't mean anything if we don't know what's going on at the place. So, what goes into the research?
Research. You have to look up the place, and sometimes it's hard to find research. You have to you can't just look at the haunted sites because they don't give you all the research that you would need. They give you the key stuff of what you can find in the hauntings, but they don't give you the backstory to the buildings.
Right.
So you have to go deep dive Google
Mhm.
on the places to be able to find the nitty gritty. What were they in the beginning?
Yeah.
How did they transform into what they are now? That
And
type of thing.
what the building has been through
Yeah.
its. Like, some of the buildings we go to are over 100 years old.
Yeah.
Um,
They were
Well-
used for several different things.
Yeah.
and what happened during those time periods, like, I do know at one of the places that actually caught fire and was rebuilt.
Yep.
So,
Weather.
yeah.
Tornadoes have taken places
Yeah.
out, and then they have to rebuild, so there could be new stuff that wasn't there before. Also, a good source of research is books.
Yeah.
I read a lot of books on the places, or you can typically find books where people have gone and spent like a week there. Everything that you can get from their evidence is beneficial.
Right.
Everything people post about it is beneficial. It's just you need to find the deeper part of the building
Mhm.
to understand the history.
Which
Yeah.
is also something that we use to determine whether or not we want to go to a location.
Mhm.
Like, is the history substantial enough for us to want to go? Does it spark our interest?
Yeah, which most of the time, all the ones that we have found do spark
Yeah.
interest. They have something interesting that could possibly help us get some type of evidence or knowledge.
Yeah. Or, like, some of the places we've seen some bigger names go to on TV,
Yeah.
and we've looked at theirs, and then we've researched other people's, and we've even joined some Facebook groups, and we look at what they're getting at different places as well, especially if we see that they're going to or have been to a place that we were going to.
Well, it
Like-
also, the Facebook, they will give you places that you typically can't find on the internet, or you wouldn't think to
Mhm.
look up.
Right.
It's places that
Or off the beaten path,
Yeah.
you know?
they're out there. People know them because they know other paranormal groups that have been there,
Yeah.
and so they post it on the Facebook, and that's how I found some of the places that we're going to be going to,
Yes.
is because they post it, and I didn't even know anything about these places, never heard of them.
like random cabins in the Appalachians.
Yeah,
I want to go.
Yeah,
Katie does not.
I didn't say I didn't want to go. We looked at the prices of those cabins, and
Oh.
So
yeah,
y'all just heard that, balling on a budget. Oh.
the prices of cabins are expensive.
Yes, and that's another thing that we look at when we're doing our investigations is the cost. Is it cost friendly for us, being that this is just a hobby for us? This is not a full-time gig. But we look at, okay, how much is this going to cost and how long are we going to be investigating?
Not to mention the cost to get there. We have to eat when we're there. What if we have to make special lodging? We have to pay for that. If it's far enough away, we usually make it a couple days so we're not driving so far after investigating all night.
Yes.
So then it's the extra cost, the hotel, more food,
Yeah.
the gas, all of it. because that comes straight out of our pocket.
Yeah.
You know, so we are going to go to a place as low as $175,
Mm-hmm.
but we have already investigated a place that cost us $1,000.
Yes.
Well, 1,300, but
Yeah, because we took
Yeah.
extras. But it's also, we choose to pay that much. You can go like on day tours and stuff like that. We
Mhm.
choose to do private investigations with our own equipment,
so
our
that
own
way,
timing, just us.
and our evidence isn't
Contaminated.
contaminated. I was trying to think of the word.
Yeah.
I was gonna say damaged.
So we do pay the extra to
Yeah.
be able to have the place just to ourselves.
Yeah, and one of the things that we found, because we recently did an investigation that was near roads and highways, and
yeah.
a lot of our stuff was just contaminated because of traffic, because of dogs, because of
The house next door.
XYZ, you name it. Like, it was so contaminated. So that's another thing that we look at when we're trying to find an investigation, is how well traveled is the surrounding area. Because if it's going to be well traveled, we probably should find somewhere else, because it's going to be pollution.
Absolutely. And even with Ashmore, we had a little bit of pollution
Mm-hmm.
with cars driving, but it was not near as bad as.
And you
Some of
could
the other
also
ones.
determine, like, yes, this is a vehicle that's
Yeah.
driving by that is nothing paranormal, and we can mark it and clock it and then move on from there. But this other place, it was just nonstop.
And that's something that we learned to start
Mhm.
looking forward or looking for, is how close is it to other buildings? How close are the neighbors? How close is the road? When we first started, we didn't look at that. We were just like, oh, this place is really cool. Let's go
here.
there.
Yeah.
And I think as we go and we learn,
We
I
become
think-
better investigators.
yeah,
And we learn the things to make it better.
Yes.
Right.
Because we're amateurs.
Yeah.
We don't know everything of what we're doing, and we have to do trial and error.
like
And that's just one of the things we had to do.
Yeah, even with doing this podcast, like, this podcast is designed to help people who are like us,
New.
find
Er.
their groove in getting started and doing paranormal activity things.
and it just also kind of chronicles our journey as becoming paranormal investigators. And one thing I will say is, if you go to a place and you have a high, medium, and low setting on your microphone, do not turn it to high.
Yep, we found that out the hard way as well.
You will pick up everything.
Everything. We thought it
Everything.
needed to be high so it could pick up everything, but it was a little too much.
Yeah.
Turning
Yeah.
it to the medium and low, we actually got better evidence.
I just can't believe we heard that tick fart.
The tick, his name is Kenny.
I don't know
And it's
what
always-
you're referring to.
His ass.
Not always. No, Chris.
No, I'm sorry. Chris did it last time. We refer to them as fear farts.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're referring to. When there's a spirit nearby, I just get gassy. I'm sorry.
That's how we know it's there. It's its own little trigger. Oh no, a spirit's here. I'm done.
I'm a medium.
Through your ass.
Oh my gosh. So now we've picked the place, we've discussed the price, we've discussed trigger objects. Once we've got the research and we read what other people get, that kind of helps us with the equipment we're going to take, what we're going to use first, where we're going to set up our still cameras.
Everything, really.
Yeah. So that's how we do that, but there's other things that go into it. Like, I know that one time for Ashmore, you and I changed our minds on what we were gonna use and where we were gonna use it like 5 times.
Yeah, and again, that's trial and error. Like, you
Mhm.
find out what pieces of equipment are going to work better in each place.
Right.
And what trigger objects?
Yeah.
Because
Which-
that top hat
Yeah, that was great. Better, it worked better than the toys,
is terrifying.
which we didn't even post that video. So
We need to find that video so that we can post it whenever we talk about Ashmore, so that way people can refer right to
yeah,
it.
because that was crazy.
'Cause-
That one was our craziest video besides the voice video.
Right.
The fact that it was so loud and the other camera in the room, in the same room, didn't catch it, bruh.
It's one of the things that I love about the paranormal. Like, you never know what you're gonna get. You never know what to expect. And two cameras can be recording the same room, one pick it up and the other one not.
Yep.
Or what? Excuse me. Oh my gosh, I was yawning. Or one pick it up on another floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. We got some of that too.
We got somewhere picked it up on second floor and it was heard on first floor, but the one that was on the first floor, the second camera that was on the first floor didn't pick it up. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. And speaking of like setting them up and where we would do it, we like to get a rundown of the place we're at. Like
Right.
what are the best places to set up the cameras
Mhm.
according to other people who have been there. When we go, we do our own walkthrough.
Yes.
Wherever we feel is a better place, we do it. You mark the place and then you can set everything up. But we also like to know, is it one level? Is it 3 levels? How many cameras we putting on each floor? Where do we put them potentially? What equipment would we use here? What equipment would we use there? We're planners. So we try and map out our night before it happens. And things change, and they change every single time we go.
And I think
But-
that's something that, as paranormal investigators, you have to be adaptable.
Yep.
Because you can sit there and plan your investigation out to the T and then get there and not do a single thing you planned out because that's not where the evidence was, or
You're not getting the same as someone else did. Maybe.
yeah.
Yeah, and that's also where the spirits didn't lead you.
Yep.
Because there are going to be things like you'll hear something and you'll be like, okay, well, where did that come from? And you'll go to look for it, and you'll end up in an entirely different area of whatever you were just looking at because of the noises that you were hearing.
Yeah, and from experience of it, some of the rooms that have the worst vibes are not even the creepiest places
No.
in the whole
Mm-mm.
building.
Mm-mm.
Nothing will happen there, even though it's got horrible vibes. You can literally feel the thickness in the air, but it is not the place where stuff is happening.
Nope. It's always the hallway.
The hallways, my worry is to look down a hallway and see a head popped out staring at you and then just pop right back in. That I would be
mean,
freaked out. I'd be standing still for a minute, but
kind of happened.
it did kind of happen, which we will talk about that in the Ashmore episode. But that would be
And Waverly.
that'd be a huge freaky thing.
Yes, I would probably wet myself and then be like, hey, is it raining?
Inside the building?
Because I'm just wet.
No, there's a lot of things that would freak us out, but we would come back
Mhm.
for more.
Yes. We have. We have.
Yeah.
I mean-
several times.
That's kind of like our thing, though, is if we get the evidence, we go back to see if we can get more.
Yeah, because we do think, and this may be just our opinions, everybody's got their own, but the more you go to a place, we feel like the spirits or entities or whatever there get more comfortable with you,
Yes.
and
yeah.
the more evidence that you get every time you go. Because
Right.
that has been our experience.
Well, and that kind of brings up a good question, though, is would you be willing to go back to a location that you've experienced, like, a terrible thing?
I think, yeah. Because, one, you got that evidence. You got to show people this can happen. This is here. At the same time, it's almost intriguing because I know that yes, you may have got hurt, you may, any of that, but that may not happen next time to you necessarily, and it
Yeah.
may not even be the same thing happening, or next time nothing may happen.
Well, I know the one place I will never go back to is my old foster home. But that's
We didn't investigate that. That was when you were
yeah, that was
a
when I was a
chittle.
kid, and it was
But we also should talk about how far we're willing to travel.
well. I think a good medium is probably 4 to 5 hours away. I think five's the farthest we've gone, isn't it?
Yeah, because I think with the detours and everything we had to take to get to Waverly, I think it was almost 5 hours by the end of
Yeah,
it.
because of the flooding and everything.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say 5 hours is a good medium. Plus, since I'm the one that does the driving and I can't stand to be in a car that long, yeah, 5 hours
Yeah.
is as far as I want to go.
Well, I mean, hopefully, eventually, you're not the only one doing the driving.
I mean, I kind of hope that we end up getting an RV and we can just,
Oh Lord, that'll be way down the road. Who's
Way-
affording an RV?
Way down.
because
the
then we can
road.
have your dad
can-
drive it for
we
us because
can-
he's got that CDL.
Be like, Dad, we need a loan. We need a loan. The worst thing is Dad has put so much into this. He has followed us and supported us the entire way.
Yep.
He really has.
So, I mean, he's building our website. He's done anything and everything to help us with this. So,
Shout out to Dad.
yeah, shout out to Dad for being supportive.
Yeah, Daddy.
No.
Nope.
He'll kill you for that
I hope he hears this and he's like,
He listens to every.
Really?
He's gonna listen to every podcast. So, yes, he's going to hear you say that.
I mean, I hope he does.
But is he going to be surprised?
No.
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 Not at all.
Not at all.
So this
But-
is what basically goes into us planning our investigations.
It's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work, and I will say this is most of us go into it blind.
We do try and go into some places where we know nothing. We might know the basics, like maybe what it was to begin with, but we don't know what other people have found. Sometimes we like to go in and we know nothing.
Yeah, and some of us really just can't help but going into it blind.
Half blind.
But there's also we've done where two of us may know
Yeah.
and the
Mhm.
other two go in blind, just so maybe we can compare what they get to what
Yeah.
we know.
Yeah, it's like we were discussing one of the future ones that we're getting
Yep.
ready to take is should we all do research on it? Should one of us just do research on it? What would be the best plan to do that with? And so I think we're going to be discussing the best way to go about it because each location is different and renders a different outcome. So
I mean, we've even gone in where we've all known the place, like almost every detail,
Yep. And we still get new things every single time.
every time.
Something surprises us
Mhm.
every time. That's the fun part of it, though.
when your legs don't work like they used to before.
Let's not get us copyright infringement on our second episode.
Hashtag the song, whatever it was.
Okay, hashtag
Ed
Ed
Sheeran.
Sheeran, what up?
Kind of like who sings that one?
I'll be your background singer.
Singer.
But yeah, so
We hope that you guys took some knowledge from what we do, and I'm sure every group is different. So everybody has their own ways of doing their own research. This is just how we do ours.
Yeah, make sure you comment or share this with one of your friends who may be interested in starting some paranormal things, and just give us some interaction, man. We love hearing from you guys. Just pop your questions down in the comments below, and we will, like I said, do our best to respond to all of them. I think I'm the only one that responded on our last podcast, so
So it doesn't count.
Yeah, it doesn't count.
Yeah, because this does go on Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, Amazon Music, Audible,
Apple.
pretty much anywhere you can
Yeah.
get your favorite podcast, which should be Between the Worlds podcast.
It should. um, yeah, we'll post the new episode every Sunday. If there's something that you want us to actually talk about, please let us know, because we would love to help you guys out.
And not every episode is going to be just an information dump. Some of them will be going over evidence. Some of them we're going to have a little bit of fun with.
Yeah, there's
Like
gonna
next
be...
week.
Next week will be an informational, investigation, emotional roller coaster.
Yes.
Maybe
Very
with a little bit of
entertaining.
goofing off.
Definitely goofing off, because we actually had some funny times.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Chris almost jumping into Kenny's arms. That would
Priceless.
be Kenny's dream, but still.
Right.
No, me jumping into Chris's arms is my dream.
Oh, that's your
And
dream.
him just letting me. He's shaking his head no actively right now. You can't hear that. Well, maybe you can hear the little marbles rolling around in there.
Yeah, our intro came from Chris. That'll be the most that you probably hear from him
For this episode.
for most episodes.
Yeah, most episodes.
For most episodes,
There's a few that.
there's a few that might spark his interest, so he might do more talking.
I'm hoping.
He might talk about the evidence that we gathered.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure he will.
So join us next week where we will talk about our first 2 investigations.
Yay!
And in the cemeteries.
Which we have investigated several times. So
Yes.
it is the first places we went, but we have been several times, have
Mhm.
different experiences every time we go.
And we've taken groups with us and they've experienced different things.
Yes.
And names will be changed.
Yeah, we will not give out the names, but there is also, little spoiler, things that only the women heard that men did not hear.
Yes.
And it was absolutely insane.
I was not there for that one, but I heard all about it.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's when Kenny was working midnights and he couldn't be with us all the time, but he got to hear about it.
So join us next week and we'll see you again on the Between the Worlds podcast.
Between the Worlds podcast. Yes.